the backup tight end competition. Not the most exciting topic, but one that I'm very invested in because I happen to think that Ross Dwelley is a Hall of Fame practice tight end. I mean, in practice, he's so good. And they keep trying to take his job, but you're going to have to earn it and take it from him in practice, and that's hard to do. Today, so they got Tyler Kroft, who has started a lot of games. Like, he's actually has a pedigree. And I don't know if you noticed, they threw him the ball up the seam. He didn't catch it. Jimmy Ward swatted it. 5 minutes later, they came back to Dwelley. He caught it right between Jimmy Ward and Talanoa. I mean, I know there's a lot more to playing tight end than catching the ball. But how do you see this back? Where is Charlie Werner, by the way? Haven't seen him all offseason. No idea where he is.
Yeah, I mean, I liked what I saw from Werner as a run blocker. I mean, he doesn't move people in the run game, but he gets after it, man. He will really get after it, and he's like he's just tenacious. He will not let go once he latches on. But he doesn't move anybody in the run game. He doesn't blow anybody off the line. Dwelley doesn't either, but Dwelley, going back to San Diego days, I mean, he's got terrific ball skills, and he'll catch it in a crowd. His weakness is that he just gets absolutely dominated by defensive ends. So you're putting your quarterback in harm's way if you're asking Dwelley to protect the blind side, for your quarterback. But if you need someone to catch a 3rd and 6 pass with the game on the line, I'd feel comfortable going to Dwelley. He's got that good of hands.
What's kind of makes me laugh, and there's a lot of practices and OTAs. They only show that they only bring the media in once a week. But I track all this stuff. I've seen 2 practices, and in front of us, the player who has caught more passes from Trey Lance by far than anyone else, Ross Dwelley. I mean, that
makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, oh, absolutely. One, because to catch the ball from Trey, you got to have good ball skills because it's coming in hot, and it's not necessarily the easiest ball to catch. Then, the guys in the middle of the field are going to be the guys that he sees, and those are going to be easier completions. And you can go late in the down in the middle of the field and still find a Dwelley. And then Dwelley's got great ball skills, so I'm sure there's some trust that's developed between him and Trey. So if I'm Trey and I got bodies flying around, I just got to find somebody, Dwelley, boom, because you got a belief that he'll hold on. So that makes sense to me that he would be the recipient of so many receptions from Trey.
I'd like to see the 49ers. Well, they've practiced together for a long time. I'd like to see the Niners find a role for Dwelley in the offense. Not a big one, but in the red zone, I think there could be a 2 or 3 tight end package that could get him. Remember how they used to use Selleck, and there was a joke like Selleck time. Remember, because you're not going to think about stopping Selleck, but when you're trying to stop everyone else and you forget about him, all of a sudden you got this guy getting big plays. What? Dwelley is so much better than Garrett Selleck was when it was Selleck time. I'd like to see Dwelley time.
Dwelley's a way better receiver than Selleck.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's quite a bit better receiver than Werner, and he's a better receiver than, this kid Walston from Carolina. I'm eager to see what he looks like if he makes it to camp this summer.
Yes, Double B Studio says, I'm still not sold on quarterback runs up the middle. Too risky. I hope that Anthony Lynn doesn't get Lance hurt. Also, this year is Kittle's year. I have a feeling. I don't know about that. But the thing about Lynn, what's interesting, I was looking into his background. When he was in Buffalo, they were the number 1 rushing team in the league in yards and touchdowns. They averaged 5.7 yards per carry from the shotgun. That's amazing. With Tyrod Taylor and LaShawn McCoy. I think we're going to see the Niners become much more of a shotgun run-oriented team because they have a mobile quarterback, and Lynn has a background in that. So I'm curious to see what he can do with the guys he has.
Yeah. Well, especially because, as you said, when you have Trey, now those scrambles are going to count as runs. So you're going to see him get loose, I think, more than a couple times. I'd rather see his scrambles. I'd like to see at least a 2-to-1 ratio by the end of the year on Trey Lance scrambles to Trey Lance designed runs.
Agree. The design runs are like you only want to call maybe 1, maybe 2 a game, but when you call it, you're hoping it's a touchdown or a first down. I mean, you want to make it count. That's usually how the Seahawks did it with Russell Wilson throughout the years. Not a lot, but you got to count for it. And if when you don't, it's the game deciding touchdown.
Right.
Yep.
And and then I think Trey's going to be trustworthy with the ball too. So I think putting the ball in his hands in a key third down in the second half may be a great way to ice a few wins.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we're going to see the same quarterback power runs that we saw last year. I think that was partially because he had a broken finger.
Thank God. Thank God.
I mean, seriously,
I looked at those runs in that Arizona game. When he scrambled, he took a hit on like a third of the runs. But when he was a design quarterback run, he took a hit every time. Yeah, so why would you give me the run that he's going to get a hit, hit every 3 runs over the run where he's going to get hit guaranteed at the end of it? And that's all I'm saying. Minimize the hits.
Agree. All right, that's the end of OTAs for this week. They're going to have another practice next Tuesday. Larry's going to be back soon doing a Niners post game. I'm going to be back soon with Jesse doing another show about the Niners. There's a lot going on YouTube tonight. Flip back and forth. Check out both. Have both Larry and me up on 2 different laptops at the same time if you really like us.
There you go.
If you really, that's what you would do. Thanks for watching.
Have a good one, man.
Oh, hold on. At the buzzer.
Oh, look at this.
Studio says, also, shout out to Draymond Green for telling Stephen A. that podcast is the new news. And this is the way Mandalorian thanks for the hard work y'all do. Mandalorian. Shout out Draymond Green.